Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday Tirade Entertainment Talk. Today, it's just going to be me, yours truly, Culture Casino, here live from Walt Disney World. It's good to see everybody in the chat. I'm glad all of you could join me today. I'd like to say hi to Apollo Patriot, hail my good friend, and yes, your Twilight women seem to be coming out in droves lately on the series The Mandalorian, so that's pretty awesome. Terry Rose is here. Thanks for showing up, Terry. Appreciate that. They're moving to Georgia. Actually, you're going to have studios operating from both Georgia and from Hollywood, and very soon from Florida. So that's some news we'll talk about here in just a couple of minutes. Hello, Tina. Tina Bojan, good to see you. And guess what? Drunk's looking forward to your visit. I had a really good dinner with Jay and his brother last night. It was really awesome. Really good time. I hope you guys have the same amount of fun that we did last night. Wonderful supper at the Paddlefish in Disney Springs. So that was great. So good to see you, Tina. And we have, again, Terry Rose and our friend Brutal Morning Wood. Hey, Brutal, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Lots of stuff going on. How's the park and how many guests? Well, it feels very busy at Disney World right now, and it isn't. The best days to go, it seems to be, are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are all pretty busy at the park. More so than you would actually expect, in kind of an uncomfortable way sometimes, but only because of the lines. Now, the lines seem like they're long, but they're not actually long. They just look incredibly long because of the social distancing that they're doing. So traveling 6 feet at a time. It took me about 15 minutes to get onto the Jingle Cruise today in the Magic Kingdom. And by pacing that all out, normally, you'd be in a line that was actually inside of all the queuing area in, the main little covering building there. But because of the social distancing and the way that they leave the line so that you're distanced, you started very far outside. So that's one of those weird things that you have. But that's the case with everything, including Pirates of the Caribbean. The Thunder Mountain Railroad was only about a 5-minute wait, and you ask the sign where the standby time is. So it all comes down to the distance that we're talking about with that you're walking, more or less. So there's that. Again, it's all social distancing here right now. So, but honestly, the parks are fine. There's not enough places open to eat in the parks, but that's what Disney Springs is for here in Florida. California's got another setback. It looks like they're not going to be opening until well into 2021 if the governor has his way, and he seems to be right now. So, Martin Acosta Santana, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us today. Man of War 665, good to see you. Hail, amigos. Hail. We have Diablo Dame, our channel members. Thanks for showing up, along with you, photographer I mentioned before. Thank you all so very much for being members and for being here today. Keck44 says, howdy. Howdy, Cat. Good to see you, my friend. Ed Brewer says, Hollywood is going to Canada. Well, that's true, too. Canada, Georgia, Florida. Disney, well, let's just break this news down. And maybe some of you have already heard, but Disney is legitimately building sound stages and studio facilities here in Florida. Kind of like Eisner had originally predicted with the space of Hollywood, the Hollywood Studios Park here, the AGM Park here. That was supposed to be a situation where they would actually cut things. In fact, they did film some TV stuff in one movie. It was a made-for-TV movie, but they did film some stuff there. So, but here in Florida, there's some facilities being built really close to Orlando here that Disney's going to control. So consider that. I did not do any Buzz Lightyear this time. I saved that for when I'm here with my niece and nephew. So, but if you know how to do the cheat, you can get a ridiculously high score. But just competing with my nephew can be a real challenge. He's very good at that. And at in Hollywood Studios, the Midway Mania. That's a fun Toy Story game. No, don't worry about the caps. I'm doing this remote, so I'm going to make all kinds of mistakes. So don't sweat it. Yeah, you are the only Greek god here, Apollo Patriot, and I thank you for joining us today. That's pretty awesome. Zacharat, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. But yeah, like I said, we are starting to see Hollywood moving places because California obviously doesn't want to support almost any kind of business. Now they're obviously making exceptions for some Hollywood productions, but at the same time, I mean, you have stars and celebrities now starting to call out their fellow celebrities for all of this noise and this mess that we here have been talking about since uh, 2, 4, 5, 6 years ago. I mean, it's been going on a while. So, hello, my friend Willie Woodward. No, Tom had other obligations today in the form of, I think, a doctor's appointment or something. And Stieg, unfortunately, has things to attend to in his foreign country. So, just going to be us today. Hopefully, you guys can all hear me. And oh wow, you're still headed to Vegas. Well, good for you. I really wish that everybody was. I really wish that we were still doing that get together that we all planned. I am intending to go as soon as we get rescheduled and we get a venue there. I will be going. So you will see me in Vegas soon enough. But I hope you have a good time, Man of War. I am very jealous. I love Vegas. So yeah. I am an Aries. Oh well, cool. That's awesome. Love that. But yeah, it's like I said, you're going to see more productions done outside of Hollywood in a much bigger way. New Mexico has stepped up in a big way. Georgia's the Pinewood expansion is even bigger than originally expected, and there are some facilities being built there that are directly related to the crisis that we're dealing with, the way that they're going to go about doing productions in the future. As I shoot my deep dive video next week for my channel, my Gold Rewards Club folks, that video is going to be a deep dive into the new production techniques and the things that they developed there. So we'll start to see that more and more. As I said before, I'm doing this outside. I have plenty of open space here. The sun's out. It's a little cooler today. Started out in the high 50s. I mean, it was down in the 40s this morning, but now we've made it into the 60s, almost 70 degrees, possibly. So we're getting a little warmer, hence the Henley. So, but yeah, it's nice. And let's see what else. We've got a bunch of productions coming up, and because this is going to be a shorter stream than normal, and because I don't have my normal guests to bounce stuff off of, I just have you guys, which is great. Thank you all for being here. But we'll buzz through some of these things super quick and go from there. So there's some news that I found interesting, and again, thanks to Steve Kenobi for helping find some of the stuff. He's a rare treasure. We actually have a show called Rampage 4 2021 that's coming out with Bill Williamson, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be brought back on Netflix. So they actually have a trailer here. You're welcome to watch it. You can go check it out either on YouTube directly, or you can check it out through Manly Movie, which is where this article is from. But as you can see here real quickly, you thought you'd seen the end of Bull and the Rampage franchise, but you thought wrong. Check out the teaser trailer, obviously, the one we just talked about. The legend of Bill Williamson has grown into myth, now with the country under the ignorance of distraction and the foot soldiers of obedience mistakenly thinking they're false governments and gods are protecting them. The true hero of the people reemerges. But how is it possible? So this is going to be really cool. So and Brendan will be that Steve brought my attention. Have you guys ever seen these range or any of that? I'm just curious. I don't know if any of you are even interested or even have heard of it. So I always thought it was kind of cool. Good morning, culture and everyone. Hi, McKinney90. Good to see you, Mockany. Hope everything is going well where you are. One of our great artists here and one of our wonderful community members. So appreciate you being out there and everyone else for checking in. We have, of course, some other things that are happening, some more Hollywood news, as it were, and stuff that I think we may have brushed on before, but I just want to reiterate because these are the kinds of things that get me excited. We're talking about a new Rambo film, an actual prequel to to Rambo. So it's pretty exciting if they can actually make this work. They're doing it. He's like 16 or 17 years old. So it'll be cool if they can make this happen. I don't know how you would cast this. I mean, Stallone in this article says specifically that he'd like to see Ryan Gosling portraying Rambo, if it were going to be rebooted from the ground up, of course. But I think, according to this, the person that writes this, that Gosling's probably too old to play a young Rambo of that age. So I think it'd be cool to see a new Rambo film, especially one that would be well done. And especially if they were going to reboot it from the ground up. And it says somebody's saying I'm R2D2, so I'm going to do this, and we'll see if it gets better. Am I getting better yet? Say I'm getting better. R2D2 culture. Let's see. Yeah, am I still R2D2, guys? Okay, good. All right, so we're running now. So, anybody else interested in seeing a new Rambo? Let's see. Okay, Rambo, take Geritol. Pass. Yeah, I know. That's why they'd have to be a prequel. It would have to be a young John Rambo. So I'm excited if they're actually considering doing this. I think that it would be. I think it'd be interesting to see a young teenage Rambo and how he turned out to be the amazing special forces fighter that he ended up being. I mean, it was pretty cool. So we'll have to see what comes of this if it actually comes to fruition. I really hope that it does. Wes Moody is here. That's great. Everybody says I'm better, so I feel better about being better. So that's great. Willie Wood says I'm not really never got into Rambo. Well, I understand that. Rambo's pretty cool. But again, I'm an old school action movie type of guy. So one of my favorite things was to go to the theaters to see Die Hard or Lethal Weapon or anything that Schwarzenegger was in. I mean, let's be honest, Schwarzenegger in the 80s and 90s was absolutely ridiculous. It was pretty ridiculously good. So. You know what? That's actually true. And Terry Rose, if you've seen the Creed films, he kind of is the Burgess Meredith part there in those films. So he's kind of already does it. So, but we'd have to see how that goes in the Rambo type of world. Question, folks: what if instead of a prequel, you retell the story in modern time? Well, you could certainly do that, Willie Woodward, and I think there would be reason to do it. But I think you'd also, at the same time, be in a position where you'd have to start from the ground up with a completely new actor, and you'd have to kind of map it out, with less time in between. I mean, obviously, the Rambo franchise, spent far too many years being fallow without being developed or added to. So, Geritol's overrated. Metamucil is a godsend. Well, perhaps. I mean, I guess it's good for that bathroom visits. That's for sure. Rambo ain't old school, Cuddles. Well, he really is. I mean, he really is pretty old school, in my opinion. Bad Bunny, at least, I guess I'm kind of old school. Arnie was awesome. Raw Deal is an underrated gem. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And having Belushi there was an interesting side note to that. It was an interesting one. You guys are funny. But I would be interested in that. And of course, finally, one of the other things that Stieg brought to my attention was this article that I did not know from Bounding Into Comics. And again, I've been out of the loop, of course, because I'm here. But it looks like Marvel Comics is announcing a new series based on aliens. So, gosh, guys, I mean, do we really want Disney to try to tackle aliens? I mean, at least, in comic form, maybe it can't hurt it, but look at this artwork. It's pretty cool. It says it's going to feature both new and classic characters from Earth and beyond. So I'm not certain that that'll be good. It seems like it gives them an opportunity to ruin some classic characters. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my goodness! R.I.P. Chuck Yeager. Yeah, old school is the best. Man, what an amazing human being, test pilot, a number of things. Chuck Yeager, amazing. Did you guys? Yeah, this is just sad. It's just sad. Yeah, Stallone, Rambo with Stallone writing and directing would work. Absolutely. The guy knows the character front to back, and he's a great director. He's obviously a good writer too. I mean, look at the Rocky series. I mean, that's all him. Yeah, this is just terrible news for Ben and Ruin. It makes me very, very sad. So, oh, thank you, Man of War. You should have saved your $10 super chat there, and that's at least one go at the 21 table. You could have done some blackjack for $10, but thank you very much. I will buy myself a 6-ounce Coke from the mouse. Actually, I'm doing iced tea right now, but I cannot believe Chuck Yeager's gone. Did you guys get a chance to see any of the stuff about Pearl Harbor Day or anything like that? I know that's a little off subject for us and everything else, but oh, am I Robot Casino again? Sorry, Parrot Head. Yeah, I definitely have to rewatch the right stuff. But thank you for this very much, man. I really appreciate that. I'll definitely have a beverage tonight on you for sure. So, no, what's up with it? Oh well, Pearl Harbor Day was yesterday, right? And or this again the last few days. And I've noticed it here. Anybody calling attention to it or anything else? I know that someone here in the chat was talking about on the Sunday Culture Review. I think it was Nano Reaper was talking about watching all the stuff for Pearl Harbor Day. So I absolutely respect that. 48 hours and counting. Oh, absolutely, Makani. Yeah, for a $2 super chat. R2D2 again. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said before, I really wish that I was not so garbled. I just sometimes I don't have any control here on the road. So, but again, I wanted to be here and hang out with all of you for at least a half an hour today. So again, I really appreciate it. Man of War says not much of a gambler anymore. Did that with life one too many times in the last 5. Oh, dude, I hear you. Yeah, I used to be quite the high roller in Vegas. I don't do that anymore, at least not to that. Don't hit it that hard, but I still enjoy going. I love playing craps. Yeah, Willie Woodward. It used to be. You used to get a lot of traction on it. Used to get a lot of stuff, a lot more traction when it came to our foreign wars and our veterans and things like that, and events like that. Pearl Harbor. We used to get a lot more about the Titanic. I mean, up until recently, didn't you? Don't you remember? You used to hear about the Titanic all the time, and now not so much. But anyway, back to this Bounding into Comics article. I'm not certain that I trust them to do a good job with with Alien or Aliens or however they're going to tout this. I mean, it just kind of concerns me. And while I think the art is fine here, it just kind of bothers me. But at least Salvador La Roca is, if that's him, it looks like it's art's really good. So hey, look at that. Somebody was having some fun. Cut off Tony Stark's head, or Iron Man's head in this case. Kind of fun. Anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully we get something out of it, and if we don't, then we can at least point fun at it. There's always material to point fun at nowadays. They just can't help themselves, it seems. Hail, Kip Ellis. Good to see you, friend, and I love the T-shirt. I wish Steve was here back, but he is otherwise occupied today. So hopefully we will. According to Tom, both he and Steve will be back next Tuesday, and we're having a special event next week, or maybe the end of this week or this weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll hopefully get that together. I forgot what it was. Yeah, we just used to hear a lot more about it. The day that lived in infamy, right? So, but at least they mentioned it on the football broadcast. The football broadcast last night, and being as the 7th is Pearl Harbor Day, which was yesterday. I mean, at least he did the right thing there. To my very good friend Nick, and I'm sorry about the roboting voice, guys. I think I may end up having to cut it short, regardless of whether I wanted to go another 8 minutes or so. But I think just the simple fact that I'm having a very unstable internet right now, and I've tried switching off to different Wi-Fi networks, and it's not helping. So I just really appreciate each and every one of you stopping by and saying hi. Speak, droid. Pod Racing Palpatine. Hello there. Hello there. Birthday. Wants to type in here on very important information. One of my most important facts. Walt's birthday was the 5th. And I saw nothing on Disney. Of course not. They're walking so fast and so far away from Walt right now, it's ridiculous. They took his attraction, the last thing that he had his hands on before he passed away in Pirates of the Caribbean, and they trot all over it multiple times now with elements that, absolutely would not have been something he would be interested in. So, hey, Willie. Let's see who else we've got. Steve is saving Norway in the guise of Swedeman. Don't say that to him. He would be crazy upset about the Swede thing. Well, thank you very much, Wes. I appreciate you being here. And I'm sorry, Pod Racing Palpatine. I'll do better. I'll find a better location to broadcast from in the future when I'm visiting. But anyway, I'm going to sign off. We had a few fun things in Bionic Casino. I love you too, Nina Infinity. But I'm gonna go ahead and shake it off and call it. Unfortunately, not the best stream in the world. But I look forward to seeing you all bright and cheery and in a better position in my studio on Friday. Thank you all for popping in. You guys are absolutely the best. 8 days till Christmas. Can't wait. We can't. Yeah, except that it's a little longer than 8 days. Anyway, so good to see everybody. Thank you all for stopping in. I hope each and every one of you have a lovely day. Please do what you can to support everybody else right now. I guess there was a little bit of drama in the fan minutes recently, and I hate when that happens. But regardless, I hope everybody has a great day. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, and until next time, bye.